In Southeast Asia, a new industrial story is unfolding, one that is transforming the region's economic landscape and challenging long-held assumptions about its future. The Philippines, a nation long celebrated for its vibrant culture, stunning islands, and warm hospitality, is now emerging as an unexpected automotive powerhouse, surprising many observers both at home and abroad. This remarkable rise isn't a matter of luck or chance. It's the result of years of smart government policy, strategic foreign and local investment, and a determined, highly skilled workforce eager to prove itself on the world stage. For decades, Thailand and Indonesia have dominated the ASEAN automotive scene, setting the pace for production and innovation in the region. But now, the Philippines is posting growth rates and achievements that are catching the attention of global industry leaders, investors, and analysts alike. The country is rapidly moving up the value chain, shifting from basic assembly work to advanced manufacturing processes, robotics, and high-value engineering, signaling a new era for its industrial sector. This transformation isn't just about making more cars. It's about building a modern, diversified economy that can weather global shocks and create sustainable prosperity for its people. The world is watching closely as the Philippines challenges old perceptions, redefines its role in global industry, and positions itself as a serious contender in the international automotive market. Targeted government support, forward-thinking policies, and a young, energetic workforce are fueling this impressive rise, creating new opportunities for millions of Filipinos. The implications of this boom go far beyond factory floors, affecting trade balances, shifting regional power dynamics, and transforming the lives of countless families across the nation. The Philippine automotive boom is quickly becoming a case study in how a developing nation can carve out a unique and competitive niche in a tough, fast-changing global market. It's a story of ambition, resilience, and progress that resonates far beyond its shores, inspiring other nations to rethink what's possible. The Philippines' automotive ascent is a clear sign that the global industrial map is being redrawn, with new players rising and old assumptions being challenged. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the history, the innovative policies, and the passionate people who are driving this remarkable transformation in the Philippines. Join us as we discover how the Philippines is building not just more cars, but a bold new future in the global economy, one that could inspire the entire region and beyond. The Philippine automotive industry's roots stretch deep into the post-war era, a time when the nation was rebuilding and looking for new engines of growth. In those early years, the seeds of ambition were planted, even as the country faced immense challenges. During the 1950s and 60s, small assembly plants began to emerge, serving the domestic market and shielded by protective tariffs. These factories were modest, but they represented hope for a self-sustaining industry. The focus was on import substitution, aiming to reduce reliance on imported vehicles. Yet, the industry remained small, heavily dependent on foreign technology and expertise, and struggled to develop its own identity. In the 1970s and 80s, government programs tried to boost local parts production and encourage growth. However, political instability, economic crises, and inconsistent policies repeatedly stalled progress, making it difficult for the industry to gain real momentum. Meanwhile, neighboring Thailand was rapidly transforming itself into an export-oriented automotive powerhouse, building vast factories and shipping cars worldwide. The Philippines, by contrast, struggled to keep pace, its industry hampered by missed opportunities. By the 2000s, Thailand had earned the title Detroit of Southeast Asia, with sprawling industrial zones and booming exports. The Philippines, however, lagged behind, its assembly lines quieter and ambitions unfulfilled. Most automakers limited their investments to small-scale assembly for the local market, hesitant to commit to large-scale production or innovation. For many, the dream of becoming a major automotive producer seemed distant, almost out of reach as factories operated below capacity and workers waited for change. This long history of missed opportunities and setbacks set the stage for a dramatic policy shift, as leaders realized that something had to change. Policymakers began to understand that a new, more competitive strategy was needed to survive and thrive in the integrated ASEAN market, where regional cooperation and competition were intensifying. Looking to their neighbors' remarkable success, they committed to bold, long-term reforms, determined to finally unlock the country's automotive potential. This turning point was not sudden, but born from decades of modest gains, painful setbacks, and the hard lessons of the past. Understanding this complex history is key to appreciating the urgency and determination behind today's automotive push, as leaders and workers alike strive for a brighter future. The long, winding road of the past, with all its twists, turns, and obstacles, has led directly to the bold policies and renewed optimism fueling today's growth. Now, after decades of waiting and striving, the Philippines is finally seizing its moment, determined to carve out its place in the global automotive landscape. The real game changer for the Philippine automotive industry was the Comprehensive Automotive Resurgence Strategy, or CARS program, which was officially launched in 2015. This landmark initiative signaled a new era for the sector, aiming to transform the country into a regional automotive hub. This bold policy offered major incentives to automakers willing to commit to producing at least 200,000 units of a single model over a 6-year period. These incentives included fiscal support, tax breaks, and streamlined regulatory processes, making it highly attractive for both local and international car manufacturers. The primary goal was to address the chronic issue of low production volume and to spark a powerful ripple effect throughout the entire automotive supply chain, from parts suppliers to logistics providers. More cars rolling off the assembly lines meant a surge in demand for locally produced parts, which in turn drove new investments, encouraged technology upgrades, and created more jobs for Filipinos. Major players like Toyota and Mitsubishi quickly enrolled their top-selling models, investing heavily in advanced manufacturing technologies and comprehensive workforce training programs to meet the program's ambitious requirements. As a result, plants began to shift from basic assembly operations to high-volume, globally competitive manufacturing, raising the bar for quality and efficiency across the industry. The CARS program provided the clarity, direction, and motivation that had been missing from previous policies, uniting government and industry under a shared vision. By setting ambitious production targets and clear guidelines, it forced the entire industry to think bigger, plan for the future, and invest for long-term growth and sustainability. This marked a decisive shift away from old protectionist measures, moving instead toward building a truly competitive large-scale manufacturing base capable of serving both domestic and export markets. Ultimately, the CARS program proved that with smart, well-designed government policy, it's possible to catalyze private investment, accelerate industrial growth, and put the Philippines on the map as a serious player in the global automotive industry. The numbers tell the story. Philippine vehicle production has surged, making it ASEAN's fastest-growing automotive producer. In 2024, production is set to surpass 500,000 units, up from just 100,000 before CARS. Year-on-year growth has hit 25%, far outpacing regional averages. The Toyota Vios and Mitsubishi Mirage now make up nearly 60% of all passenger cars built locally. This concentration has driven efficiency and lowered costs. The auto parts sector is booming too, with investments up over 40% since CARS began. For every new assembly job, 4 more are created in the supply chain. The domestic market is thriving, with car ownership rising among the middle class. Sales are breaking records, and industry leaders are optimistic about sustainable growth. The Philippines has shifted its automotive industry into high gear. The automotive surge is boosting the entire Philippine economy. Manufacturing's share of GDP is rising, helping diversify away from services and remittances. The CARS program has attracted foreign investment, bringing in technology and global supply chain access. Supporting industries, logistics, finance, steel, plastics are all expanding. This creates a virtuous cycle of job creation and economic activity. The country is now eyeing exports, aiming to make Philippine-made vehicles competitive abroad. The auto industry is laying the foundation for future prosperity. The automotive boom is transforming lives. Tens of thousands of high-quality jobs have been created, offering stability and career growth. Companies are investing in training, partnering with schools to build a skilled workforce. This is fueling the rise of a new middle class, with more disposable income and car ownership. Industrial zones outside Manila are developing into new communities, spreading growth beyond the capital. Infrastructure, housing, and services are improving in these regions. The auto industry is not just building cars, it's building opportunity. New industrial hubs are attracting families and transforming local economies. The social fabric is changing, powered by the hum of modern assembly lines. The automotive industry's success is rooted in political will and policy continuity. The CARS program has survived changes in leadership, providing stability for investors. This visible progress boosts public trust and political capital. As the industry grows, new challenges arise. Ensuring fair wages, labor rights, and environmental standards, the government must balance business growth with social responsibility, policy stability, infrastructure investment, and careful management of industry partnerships will be key. The future of the Philippine automotive sector depends on steady, strategic leadership. Experts and industry leaders agree. The CARS program was a turning point. Dr. Alvin Ang, economist, calls it a textbook example of targeted policy unlocking potential. Automaker executives praise the government's commitment and the Filipino workforce's quality. Analysts note, the Philippines is now the region's standout growth story, with potential to challenge for the #2 spot in ASEAN. But the journey isn't over. Experts warn the next step is to move beyond cars, attracting new models, including electric vehicles. Continued investment in skills, infrastructure, and regulatory reform is essential. The Philippines' achievement is significant, but staying ahead will require constant innovation. The road ahead is both promising and demanding. The Philippine automotive industry's rise is a story of ambition realized. Strategic policy and execution have transformed the country into ASEAN's fastest-growing automotive producer. The journey from small assembly lines to modern manufacturing has created jobs and prosperity. The CARS program offers a blueprint for other sectors. The next frontier is electric vehicles, requiring new incentives, infrastructure, and skills. Sustaining growth means investing in people, infrastructure, and ease of doing business. Regional competition is fierce. The Philippines must keep innovating. This is about more than cars. It's about building a modern, inclusive economy. The progress is real, and the world is watching. The Philippines is accelerating toward a more prosperous future, one vehicle at a time.